What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Monday morning so far. This is NYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm bringing you some of the New York Mets recap for the game yesterday that they had against the Miami Marlins. As yesterday, it was Kodai Senga's day. Kodai Senga made his debut for the New York Mets, and he ended up dazzling in his debut. Senga had himself a terrific debut for the New York Mets starting yesterday against the Miami Marlins, where Senga pitched 5 1/3 innings of 1-run ball with 3 walks, and he had 8 strikeouts, and that nasty forkball really fooled those Miami Marlins hitters. They did an excellent job yesterday overall. Excellent job did Kodai Senga have in his debut against Miami. Now I know Miami is not a great baseball team. Miami is not that awesome. Miami struggles. We get it. But at the same time, for a first debut, he went out there and he established dominance immediately in this game without any hesitation. And that's what you need to do as a starting pitcher. You need to go out there and you need to establish your dominance immediately and let people know that you are here and you're here to make an impact. And that was a hell of a job. Hell of a job there by Kodai Senga. 8 strikeouts, only 3 walks. He gave up 3 hits in 5 1/3 innings and only 1 earned run in that process. That's exactly what the New York Mets needed, and that's exactly what they gave him. And Tommy Pham was the big hero of this game yesterday. Tommy Pham was terrific. He had 3 hits in 4 at-bats, including a walk, or 5 at-bats. He had 3 hits in 5 at-bats and a walk. He had 3 RBIs, including a home run. He had that huge home run in center field in this 5th inning, where he also scored Tim LeCastro, so it was a 2-run homer, and then he doubled again in the 7th inning, and he sent home LeCastro. So the 2 guys for the Mets that stepped in and played in the outfield, Pham and LeCastro, did really well on the base pads. And Jeff McNeil also had a big hit too, where he singled home. He reached on the infield single, which scored Pete Alonso back in the 1st inning on a throwing error. Mets went out there and they took care of business against a team they're going to be better than the Miami Marlins. Mets established a solid start to their season by going out there and beating a team that they are clearly better than. They're better than the Miami Marlins. It's a fact. It's not a debate. It's a fact. They are just a better pound-for-pound baseball team right now than the Miami Marlins. And they went out there and they took care of business. And that's exactly what you need them to do. It's going to get a little bit more difficult now because the Mets are going to be taking on the Milwaukee Brewers today. But either way, this is exactly what this Mets team need to do. And this Mets team went out there and they took care of business against a lesser-than team. And I'm very happy with how this team performed. Now, they still could use a little bit more help. Eduardo Escobar is off to a miserable start to the season. He struck out 3 times yesterday. Brett Baty, oh man, it's looking more and more likely that Brett Baty is coming up. It's looking more and more likely that Brett Baty is about to make his Major League debut very soon. Because right now, Escobar is off to another miserable start. And unless he starts turning it around and turning it around quickly, Baty is going to be called up very soon. And he's going to be the one to take over at third base, which he should have by the time spring training ended. Alonso's gotten off to a little bit of a rough start, too. He did have that home run a couple of nights ago, but he's been a little bit struggling a little bit at that bat. But either way, the Mets went into Miami, no matter what you think about the Miami Marlins, and they took care of business. And they've released their lineup for this afternoon's game against the Milwaukee Brewers. And this is according to Mike Puma. Brandon Nimmo is going to start in center field. He's batting leadoff. Starling Marte is going to be batting second. He's in right field. Francisco Lindor is third. He's at shortstop. Pete Alonso is the cleanup hitter. He's at first base. Jeff McNeil, the second baseman, he'll be batting fifth. Mark Canha, the left fielder, he's batting sixth. Daniel Vogelbach, the DH, he's batting seventh. Omar Narvaez, the catcher, he's batting eighth. And Luis Guillorme is going to be taking over at third base. Escobar is going to have the day off. He's batting ninth. And then Carlos Carrasco, Cookie Carrasco, will be on the mound today for the New York Mets. And the Mets have a 2:10 afternoon game against the Milwaukee Brewers today. Hopefully they can go out there and handle their business against a solid Milwaukee Brewers team. But this is a game that the New York Mets can go out there, handle their business, and win this one. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. But I just wanted to give you guys that recap around the New York Mets. They defeated the Miami Marlins yesterday by the final score of 5-1 and took 3 out of the first 4 games of the season against Miami. So, hit that like button if you guys have not already. Make sure you give a sub to NYG Jeffy T85 for more news, updates, and chatter surrounding the New York Mets. Turn on the bell for notifications of the next video or short that will be dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Mets. And let me know in the comment section what you think about the New York Mets and their victory and how they've started off this season. If you're encouraged, if you're disencouraged, let me know in the comment section what you think about last night's New York Mets game and what you're thinking about the team so far at the beginning of this season. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your... Everybody enjoy the rest of your Saturday, or the rest of your Monday. Take it easy, and let's go New York Mets. As always, all you got to do is you got to believe in those boys from Queens.